So our next guest speaker joining us today, all the way from Ireland, is Julianna Jay, the Soul Illuminator. Julianna Jay is the Soul Illuminator. Her soul calls her to highlight and cultivate the inner skills that you need to make the best choices for your life. As a spiritual mentor, soul and Akashic reader, and empowerment speaker, she guides people globally to uncover and live your life purpose in a way that lights you up, awakening the divine feminine gifts of intuition and compassion are the greatest gifts that humanity possessions and fosters empathy as we work as a collective for greater good in the world. Julianna will channel a divine message of unconditional love for this summit, empowering you to trust and be in sync with your own sacred nature, unleashing the healing powers of the sacred women within, and together we will rise. Hello, Julianna Jay.
Oh, hello, Mel. It's such an honor to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me, and it's wonderful to be at such a moving occasion for women to showcase the divine feminine and who they really are and the capacity they have to love and to share. So thank you.
You're welcome, and thank you for being a part of it. So what is the divine feminine? What do you mean by that?
The divine feminine to me is such an important innate aspect of every person. It's within a man and it's within a woman. It's within both, but it's very naturally cultivated within a woman. It is our superpowers to be able to foster an attitude of being able to read the signs around us, to be consciously aware and awake to who we are interacting with and their needs, to be able to release the passion that we have from a place of emotional intelligence and being able to understand ourselves and be able to go within and to be able to use that yin energy, which is the divine feminine, to connect with Mother Earth, to connect with the right brain, the creativity, the intuition, and to really set our spark alive within us so that we can nurture, care, love, and protect ourselves first, and then those around us. And some of the great energies that you may know in the spiritual world who cultivated this and are the symbols of this would be people like Isis in Egypt, Mother Mary, Kuan Yin, and people of our time that I see this within would be people like Mother Teresa. I think Michelle Obama oozes the divine feminine, and I think Oprah is really good with the divine feminine as well. And for somebody to stand in their power and to find that hidden aspect of the soul within them, they need to be able to connect to Mother Earth, to be able to connect to that negative ions on a daily basis that Mother Earth can give us, and to be able to raise our spirit within us to be present, whole, and complete in every aspect of ourselves.
Beautiful. Why is this energy so important for women to find balance on this earth?
I think it's hugely important because if somebody's feeling foggy, overwhelmed, they will feel disconnected. And what they're really disconnected from is that aspect of the soul that knows its innate nature. So the reality is 99.9% of me and you are the same. We will go through different things in life, but a lot of our DNA makeup, a lot of who we are is very, very similar. But there is this tiny aspect that is the aspect of the soul. And the soul is this bank of wisdom that we hold within us. And it has all of the answers. And when we tap into that divine feminine aspect of being able to go within, we genuinely don't go without. So if somebody's feeling stressed, disconnected, overwhelmed, stressed, undervalued, underappreciated. They are out of alignment with their true nature, and they're looking for an approval outside of themselves. And they're seeking an external to fill the learning that needs to happen internally on the personal journey.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a hunger that's never quenched until we begin to find ourselves. And the energy that goes through our chakras is mounted in 7 years. So in our first 7 years of our life, when a child is growing up, it's growing its backbone, it's growing way down on the base, and it's finding its tribe. And then in the second 7 to 14, they're finding, who am I when I go outside my family? I'm going to try and be bold. I'm going to try and do things. And they're starting to work into their creativity, and they're starting to release their song and their music and see how it's accepted by the world. So most of the time, the spiritual awakening of the divine feminine tends to happen from age 42 upwards, which is a lot of people that I find I speak to every day as a soul illuminator. Because that's when the third eye is beginning to crown. That's when people are saying, this couldn't be all that there is in life. This is not enough. I can't find myself. This is a load of madness, and I need to work out why I'm not like everybody else. And then
I think I've said that many times in my life. This can't be all there is.
You know what, Mel? The journey that we're on is a soul journey, and we will continuously face crossroads. And that's not you being mad. That's not you being crazy. That's not you being ill-equipped. This is the emotional journey we're on. And in order to cope with this, we need to be able to connect to our intuitive senses and to be able to see what's in alignment with me. Because if the two of us were in an airport waiting for a flight that wasn't taking off for 10 hours later than it was scheduled, you and I would react differently at different times to different things. Different stimuli would set us off. So if we're really put into the heat, we would change and we would show different aspects of ourselves, because what's aligned to you is not aligned to me, because I am different. I am supposed to be different. So a lot of the time, the conditioning that has happened at home, within government, within institutions, education, all of those places has asked us to be a clone. It's asked us to clone ourselves. It's asked us to fit into a stereotype in a box. There is no stereotype box for any human being, because we're a soul having a human experience. So if we aren't connected to that divine feminine entity, we won't have those creative sparks happening in the sacral, which go up to the third eye for the imagination to run them, and we won't follow through with purpose. So a lot of the time I meet people who say, my God, I have so many bright sparks going on. I have so many ideas, but I can't seem to do anything. I can't seem to concentrate. I can't seem to fulfill. I feel like I'm running around after everybody, and what's in it for me? Or they say, I put everything into a relationship. It crashed. There's no trust. What do I do now? Or they say, I feel there's something bigger. That I have a calling to something bigger, but I don't know what my soul purpose is. I don't know why I'm here. So my honor in life is to meet people at those crossroads. And I never judge them, because I know this is the soul's journey. I know this is supposed to happen. And it's empowering to allow somebody to gain clarity. And as a downloader in a channel, something magic happens when I raise my vibration and I just ask, what is the message? What is the divine inspiration that this person needs in this moment in time? And when that happens, something very graceful happens, where a sigh comes from people of surrender and saying, oh, wow, I kind of knew that. Wow, am I that special? Because the words of unconditional love are laced through the letters that I write, which are called signposts from the soul. And I don't know about you, Mel, but I've often needed a signpost from my soul. There has been many a time I said, my God, would an angel just sit and tell me what I'm supposed to do? And now I have cultivated something within me that can tap in, tune in, and align easily.
I have to share with you, Julianna Jay.
Yeah.
I always used to pray to God, and I said, God, please, can you just send me a letter in the mail or send me an email? And I was like, why is it so difficult? This is before I knew about meditation, connecting with myself, going within, trusting my intuition, listening to the whispers. But when you came into my life, Julianna Jay, and you gave me a letter from my soul that was scribed from my soul, that answered the prayer that I have been asking my whole life. And it did give me that clarity. I cannot believe I used to walk around all the time, God, please just send me a letter in the post. And it came in an email from Julianna Jay, the Soul Illuminator.
Yeah, you know, I remember when I sent my first one, a girl in Ireland had said, would you write for a friend, but she's in America? And I remember saying, but I won't meet her. How can I do this? And she said, well, can you try? And I shook and I shook. And this is what it takes to rise. You have to get out of your own way. You've got to stop being where you were and say, I'm going to try. And I raised my vibration. I went within and I, with purity, wrote down every word and understood very little of what I wrote. And I sent it through. And a little voice came on the other side of the Skype call and they said, how did you know me so well? And
I said exactly the same when I read mine, because I reread my letter from my soul last night that I got from you. And I said exactly the same. How did you know all this about me, that I wanted to hear those words?
I don't. That's the honest to God gospel truth. I don't know anything about anyone, and your privacy is completely respected. But the divine does. The divine has put a legacy within you, an encoded aspect within you. There is a plan for your life. There is a life code for you. There is a divine plan.
Yes, well, I'm definitely not asking anymore, what am I doing here? I am definitely know exactly why I'm here, and I'm living my life purpose to help others to come out of the darkness and to shine their light bright out into the world so that they can share their unique gifts and talents.
Wow, it's so beautiful to hear that, Mel, and thank you for those words of encouragement, because as we do rise, I think we can support each other, because we all need to know that what we do makes some difference to somebody, because I think that's when we feel on purpose and we feel like we're enough.
Yeah, definitely. So Julianna Jay, thank you so much for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure. And where can people connect with you?
If you'd like to book a signpost from the soul, you can go on to my website on www.signpostfromthesoul.com. I'm also on Facebook on the Love and Light stream, and that is on every Sunday night as my TV channel. But if you can connect to Signpost by Julianna Jay, and for each of you, as promised, there is a signpost in the gift section, which is a beautiful message that has been downloaded for this beautiful group of people all around the world. And there you will find my details where you can just click and book your signpost. And I would be honored and privileged to be your guardian, to be your guide for your soul in whatever crossroads you're facing in this moment of time. And thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.